Hello, this is Mr. White. We are on Chapter 16, and this is Lesson 1, Models of the Solar System. My Planet Diary. Picturing the Solar System. When Walter Myers was 7 years old, he found a book with drawings of astronauts walking on the moons of Saturn. Ever since, he's been making space pictures himself. At first, he used pencil. Today, he works on computers. He likes using computers because he can create images that are more like photographs, such as the one below. As an artist, Mr. Myers can show scenes that haven't been photographed, such as ideas for future spacecraft and the views from another planet's moons. Mr. Myers especially likes creating views of what human visitors to other planets might see. His work has appeared in books, magazines, websites, and even on television. What was the geocentric model? From here on Earth, it seems as if our planet is stationary and that the sun, moon, and stars are moving around Earth. But is the sky really moving above you? Centuries ago, before there were space shuttles or even telescopes, people had no easy way to find out. Ancient observations. Ancient observers, including the Greeks, Chinese, and Mayans, noticed that the patterns of the stars didn't change over time. Although the stars seemed to move, they stayed in the same position relative to one another. These people also observed planets, which moved among the stars. Many early observers thought Earth was at the center of the universe. Some Chinese observers thought Earth was under a dome of stars. Many Greek astronomers thought that Earth was inside rotating spheres nested inside each other. These spheres contained the stars and planets. Since G is the Greek word for the Earth, an Earth-centered model is known as geocentric. In a geocentric model, Earth is at the center of the revolving planets and stars. Ptolemy's model. About AD 140, the Greek astronomer Ptolemy further developed the geocentric model. Like earlier Greeks, Ptolemy thought that Earth was at the center of the universe. In Ptolemy's model, however, the planets moved in small circles, carried along in bigger circles. Ptolemy's geocentric model explained the motions observed in the sky fairly accurately. As a result, the geocentric model of the universe was widely accepted for nearly 1,500 years after Ptolemy. How did the heliocentric model develop? Not everybody believes in the geocentric system. An ancient Greek scientist named Aristotle developed the sun-centric model called a heliocentric system. Helios is Greek for sun. In a heliocentric system, Earth and the other planets revolve around the sun. This model was not well received in ancient times, however, because people could not accept that Earth was not at the center of the universe. The Copernican Revolution. The Polish astronomer Nicolaus Copernicus further developed the heliocentric model. Copernicus was able to work out the arrangement of the known planets and how they move around the sun. He published his work in 1543. Copernicus' theory would eventually revolutionize the science of astronomy. But at first, many people were unwilling to accept his theory. They needed more evidence to be convinced. Brahe and Kepler. Ptolemy and Copernicus both assumed that planets moved in perfect circles. Their models fit existing observations fairly well. But in the late 1500s, the Dutch astronomer Tycho Brahe made much more accurate observations. Brahe's assistants, Johannes Kepler, used the observations to figure out the shape of the planet's orbits. When he used circular orbits, his calculations did not fit the observations. After years of detailed calculations, Kepler found that the orbit of each planet is an ellipse. An ellipse is an oval shape. Galileo's evidence. In the 1500s and early 1600s, most people still believed in the geocentric model. However, evidence collected by the Italian scientist Galileo Galilei gradually convinced others that the heliocentric model was correct. In 1610, Galileo used a telescope to discover 4 moons around Jupiter. These moons proved that not everything in the sky revolves around Earth. Galileo also discovered that Venus goes through a series of phases, similar to the moons. But Venus would not have a full set of phases if both it and the Sun circled around Earth. Therefore, Galileo reasoned the geocentric model must be incorrect.